I've lost over 22 kilos postpartum by doing 10,000 steps every single day. That's what did it. But I want to be honest about something. What actually made doing 10,000 steps sustainable every single day for me was something I didn't even know I'd lost during my pregnancy. And when I found out, I couldn't believe it, and I wish someone had told me sooner. After my baby was born, I made a decision that I'm going to do 10,000 steps every single day. It was a commitment I made to myself. Despite the broken sleep, literally running on nothing, I was literally going out on walks, even though it was freezing, even if it was raining. I was determined. I was like, I'm going to get my steps in. I'm not going to miss a single day. But I want to be honest about how difficult it actually was to keep going. I was literally coming home every single day and I would be drained. My joints would literally be clicking at the ripe age of 26, and my wrists and arms would just hurt from holding my daughter. And there was this such intense hunger that no matter how much I ate, it just didn't feel like enough. And there was literally no amount of sleep that was able to fix how exhausted I felt internally. I literally felt like I was running on empty. I mean, and now when I look back, I completely understand why. Every time I would come home, I would literally think to myself, how long can I actually keep doing this? Then one night my daughter was finally asleep and I was completely drained and just scrolling on my phone. I'm a part of a mom's group and I came across a comment from a mom who was going through the exact same thing. She was so frustrated and I literally felt her pain. She talked about the same level of hunger, the broken sleep. She said the one thing that changed everything for her was collagen. Now, I've heard about collagen before. I always thought it was something you just apply on your skin like skincare. But when I started reading into it, I found out that actually the most effective type of collagen is the one that you actually consume. And listen to this. Collagen is literally the structural protein that your entire body is made out of. Your joints, your gut lining, your skin, all of it is built from collagen. And pregnancy, those 9 months, your body is literally taking it from you and giving it to the baby to make your baby. Their joints, their tendons, their skin, that all had to come from somewhere. And for 9 months straight, it came from you. So no wonder after birth you feel completely depleted. New moms are literally running on a foundation that's literally been stripped bare. Okay, so here's what the depletion was doing to me. My joints would be clicking on every walk. My wrists would literally ache from holding my daughter. The connectivity tissue around every joint is built from collagen. And guess what? Pregnancy depletes it. I was doing 10,000 steps every single day with less structural support than I'd had before pregnancy. That clicking, that aching, my body was literally telling me something is missing and I didn't know what it was. And that same gut lining, that's where your body sends a signal to your brain when you've had enough to eat. When it's depleted, that signal just doesn't fire. So you just keep eating. That was the hunger. That was never about willpower. That was a broken signal from a depleted gut lining. And when your gut lining is compromised, your body runs in a state of low-grade inflammation that makes everything harder. Your energy, your recovery, the way your body uses what you eat. I wasn't just tired from the walks, I was tired on the inside. That was the same depletion, but just showing up differently. Oh, and on top of that, broken sleep keeps your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, permanently elevated. What I didn't know is that collagen contains glycine, an amino acid that supports sleep quality by helping your body temperature to drop overnight the way it needs for it to have the proper rest. My body wasn't recovering between walks because it didn't have what it needed to recover with. And here's something that I hadn't thought about at all. Each scoop of this is almost 10 grams of protein. Women naturally carry less muscle than men, and most of us are barely getting enough protein. That scoop every morning was giving my body a much needed protein hit to keep me fuller for longer. The cravings that would undo a good week, that intense urge to reach for something between meals, settled. Not because of willpower, but because my body was finally getting enough protein that it needed. All of these weren't 4 separate problems, it was one depletion. 9 months of pregnancy, making everything harder at once. So I started looking into which supplement, which if you're a Muslim woman, you already know it's not as simple as just walking into a shop, right? I went to Holland & Barrett first, picked a few things up, looked at the back, read the ingredients. The first one had porcine gelatin listed at the bottom, so did the second. The third didn't even state the source correctly. It was just a small note at the bottom saying, depending on availability, it might have porcine or bovine. I put it all back and went to Boots. Same story. After almost an hour of going through all of the labels, I walked out with nothing. So I came home and typed into Google halal collagen. Sunna Supplements came up. Muslim owned, halal certified, type 1 and type 3 bovine collagen. Clean label, nothing hidden. I ordered it that night. Now, I'm going to be so honest, the first 2 weeks, I barely felt anything. I almost stopped, but at this point, I'd already tried everything else, so I just decided to keep going. The first thing I noticed was that even on nights when I wasn't getting enough sleep, I was slightly feeling better than I used to. And it slowly started getting easier for me to wake up for Fajr. This is the part that I was the most excited about. My hunger finally starting to settle. genuinely. Not because I was eating less, but because my body was finally sending the right signal that I'd eaten enough. And those intense cravings I would get to have something in between meals, that settled too. I wasn't white knuckling it anymore, I just didn't need to. My joints stopped clicking on my walk, my wrists stopped aching. For the first time since having my baby, going on my walks didn't feel like something I just had to push through. And then alhamdulillah, the weight started to come off. Doing those steps every single day caused that, but having collagen every single day supported me in achieving those 10k steps. It gave me the energy to show up, the protein to not undo the work I'd done between meals, the joints that didn't hurt, the hunger that finally had an off switch. Take any of those away and I know I would have stopped. I just know it. Collagen wasn't the shortcut. It removed everything that would have made me quit. The hunger didn't come back, the weight stayed off, alhamdulillah. And every time I think about stopping, I remember what it felt like before. I'm not going back to that. Look, our body is an amana. It built a whole person. Being present for your children, having energy for your salah, feeling like yourself again, that starts with giving your body what it actually needs to recover. If you're struggling postpartum like I was, you guys have to try this. I just checked their website right now and they have up to 40% off and they're giving away a bunch of free goodies. And every order comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Give it at least 2 to 3 months. It builds over time, so the longer you're consistent with it, the more time you give your body to work. You're already doing all of the right steps. Now give your body what it needs to keep up with you, and it will. That's what worked for me, and it still does more than 2 years later.